Hang on a minute. You're live. Okay. I want to welcome everybody to the September meeting. Hard to believe it's September already. So we'll skip the first parts of the agenda and go right to,
Budget.
Huh?
Got to do the budget first.
oh. Hang on. Okay, so,
Budget's been posted.
okay.
It's on the board window out front. So this is just a public hearing to put it forward, and I think we vote on, do we vote on something?
The adoption is
The 16th.
set for
The
2 weeks
16th.
from now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I guess
So-
it'll just be any questions. Or
I guess, yeah, that's just, if anybody's got any questions on the budget. It's not large, I can promise you. Nobody got a pay raise. Except Adam.
Some of us might got pay cuts. Okay, so anybody have any questions about the 2026 budget? Good. Okay, now can we move on?
I think that's all we gotta do,
Right.
isn't it?
There's no
Yes,
voting on that.
Because the
Okay.
voting's on the 16th, right?
Right.
Okay, all right.
We'll
So
do
moving
that,
on.
yeah.
We'll jump to Commonwealth. Matt Worth.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, council. Becky. We have before you tonight, as you guys have done in many times previously, we help you with the state revolving fund disbursements. We have disbursement request number 33 in front of you tonight for approval and signature. And this is for an invoice from Commonwealth Engineers in the amount of $800. So just request for disbursement number 33 that's to pay Commonwealth $800 for their invoice.
And that's is that for the water project or the
I'm
streets?
sorry, this is for your water project.
Okay,
This is the SRF, the grant you got for the water project.
Okay.
It is probably 95% complete. I've got a couple notes from Rob here. But first, if you want to.
That $800 is for what?
It's on the back there.
Oh, all kinds of things.
It's
Oh, no, it's
It's
just
relating to the closing out, helping close out the water
Close
project.
construction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Helping
I was
close
just
out- no, that's
curious.
fine. Don't leave that. It's helping close out the final.
anybody have any other questions about the disbursement? So I need a motion to approve Commonwealth disbursement number 33 in the amount of $800.
Make a motion to approve.
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No? Okay, motion carries.
If you would, there's just two to sign, one, Tracy, one for you guys and one for us, please.
Okay,
Thank you.
what else you have?
We are waiting on the final pay application from the contractor. So as soon as we get that, we should be able to close things out.
Okay.
Your meter reimbursement questions, we have to have the grant closed out before SRF will reimburse the town. Rob did find that out.
Right.
So he wanted to make sure we told you guys that. So
So
that's the
Close
latest.
out the grant.
Then you get your money back for the meters.
Okay.
And he said, let Tracy know I may ask them to schedule a special meeting later in the month to close out the contractor. So
Okay.
the sooner we get the contractor closed out, I think he's thinking the more you can get your meter money.
Well, we have a special meeting on the 16th that we can,
Budget adoption.
plus other things, right? Doesn't have to be just budget adoption, does
but
it?
if we could put anything on the agenda
Yeah.
with it, right?
So
What time
As
is
long as
that?
it's listed.
6,
6?
Yeah.
Okay.
so that works for
On
him.
the 16th?
So it'd be,
I don't know.
2 weeks from today.
And that's Commonwealth's update for now.
Okay. I don't have anything. I know Jeff Minders was down there today
Okay.
working on some stuff.
And he may have submitted his final pay app when he's done with that, I guess.
Yeah.
sooner the better.
Well, what I told him was, because I had the electrician come out as well, because I didn't know if there's an electrical problem or a mechanical problem.
Okay.
And so I can't think of the name of the electrician. Anyway, whatever. Huh?
Barrett?
No, down in Brookville.
Electric.
Anyway, he came out, looked at it. It's not electrical. Then Jeff came a few minutes later, and it was an issue with of a filter clogging
Okay.
that wasn't allowing wasn't allowing the thing to shut off. So when people when the water runs out, they hit the stop button. What's that called? Eric?
Actuator,
Yeah.
the valve, little actuator.
Yeah, it's called something else. But anyway, so he was working on it. And
Okay.
he went to West Lafayette to get parts for that.
Okay.
But I told him, I said, I didn't feel that was a warranty item on the project, so it's just part and parcel to hard water,
Okay.
so
Okay.
we're getting that done. But I know he had submitted, he's got to put the other check valve
Yeah.
at the other chlorine
For
location. Yeah. And then he'll be done.
Should be done.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay. All right.
Thank
Excellent.
you.
Anybody have any questions for,
So it should be all closed out by the end of the month?
If you can get the parts and things put in, yes.
Perfect. Yeah.
okay, good. And then the on the streets, we're just waiting for Dave O'Mara to come and fix Pat and Joe Combs'
Talk to-
fence and straighten that post up. Okay. All right. Anything else? All right. Thanks, Matt.
Just so you guys know, community crossings,
Oh.
they're gonna be down to one round next year, it'll be in July. So, if you're thinking about a street, now's the time to start thinking about a street.
But we can't apply till July.
Can't apply till July, no.
Well, is it
Um,
the application's
another
in
round
July
for
or
this
the
year?
award's in July?
There's one more round this year, and I wanna say it's due in October, next month.
I know there's
So-
one more round this year. I just don't know that we can
Afford it.
scratch all the money together to
Okay.
pay. And I'm working with Robin on that.
Okay.
Find what the actual engineering charges would be. It shouldn't be as much as what the
Previous.
last one was
Right.
because
Some
it
of
was
it's
all done. Yeah. So,
Realistically, I'd say you might have do better in July possibly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have
Okay.
a little bigger bankroll.
all right. Okay. All right. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
You can hang around or you're free to
I'll
go.
hang around for a minute.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, we'll go to Sean Kleinpeter with Kleinpeter Consulting Group. Give us an update on the rate studies.
All right, council, thank you very much for having me here. I laid two rate studies on your desk in front of you, a water and a wastewater. I do have an extra if, that'd be great, my copy. Here's the water. Thank you so much. All right, and we're not gonna go through painstaking detail, but I'm gonna hit the highlights, and I'm gonna start with water, since we were just talking about water. So, if you turn the page, first page is just a kind of a table of contents. The second page, at the bottom right, says Schedule 1. You'll notice on line 33, there is a 4% there. So if we start with the end in mind, do I need a rate increase? I would recommend about a 4% rate increase.
Okay.
And that's predicated on the revenue requirements that are listed above it. And we can kind of go through some of those, but I will say the water utility is in a pretty good shape. We, as a standard, always compare rates at 4,000 gallons, and we kind of do that with funding agencies do that. So that's a pretty consistent reference. So currently, I've got your 4,000 gallon at 25.64, and with a 4% would be 26.67. So it's really just some inflationary adjustments that we're really carrying there. If you go to the next page, it's Schedule 2 at the top, we call it FERC 45. That just says, do I have enough working capital to operate the utility? And you do. You've got more than enough in the water utility operating fund to operate it. If you go to Schedule 3, you've got over 300 days of operating capital is really what that says. Schedule 4 is showing your current tariff sheet, your current charges at a 4% increase. So that way you don't have to guess what the proposed is. So you can take your current ordinance and just kind of update it with these if the council so chooses to implement a 4% increase. And again, the same charge is shown at the very bottom. Now on this one, I will say we took a look at the reconnection fee. You had $19.72. That seemed like an odd reconnection fee, and so I recommended that be updated to $65, and then bad check fee of $19. Again, I recommended that to be about $25. But I think,
Process fee would stay the same.
yeah, everything else, all those other elements at the bottom, non-recurring rates and charges would stay consistent, and then the ones above, the recurring ones, are just a 4% increase. Schedule 5, Schedule 6 is your expenses and disbursements. They're consolidated on Schedule 7. And if you look at the very bottom of Schedule 7, the header has year ending 21, 22, 23, 24. So you can see how the utility lost some money, made some money, lost some money, made a little bit of money. So it's right on the bubble. And it's really designed to be on the bubble because you're not making profit or anything. If you use Indiana American Water, you'd have at least 9.75% on your what they call their rate base. So point being, they'd be making money. And your goal really isn't to make money, but it's to cover what they call all your revenue requirements. The adjustments are Schedule 8, and those adjustments actually relate back to Schedule 1. If you looked at Schedule 1 where we saw that 4%, there's a column that has those same numbers there and tells you, are we making that number go up or down and why would we do that? And not to go through all your adjustments, but that's kind of how you do it. And by the way, if you would like to have a more detailed view, we could do a Teams call, bore you to death, but we could definitely do it. Schedule 9 is really a forward-looking projection at your rates and charges going forward. And we start the first column to the left called a fully projected test year. And so that's kind of a base year for us. And you can see 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. You have no debt on that utility, which is very good, let me say. So line 23 is our debt service coverage ratio. We usually have to look at that line if there's existing debt on the utility. This one doesn't, so we don't have to worry about that line. So what we would do is drop down to line 29 and say, am I making money or am I losing money? And if you look at it, you're making a little money, you're making a little money. And around 2028, you see that $51 at the bottom? That says I'm barely breaking even. So my recommendation would be do a 4%, carry yourself till 2028, and we come back and take another look at it then.
So why would that drop so much?
So one of the things we do is we do what's called a stress test, and that's required by a lot of your financing agencies. All that means is we project no increase in revenue, but we project a 3% increase in expenses. So ultimately what happens, you erode that profit margin you have, and then you reset it again with another rate study. And that's typically really what's happened in the real world. Sometimes though, utilities are like, I don't want to adjust rates. So then they'll start going even further. And when they do that, that's when they start eating cash that's sitting in the operating fund and things like that. But I can tell you, you guys haven't been doing that. You guys have done pretty good. So that forward-looking projection looks pretty good. And the only takeaway there is probably 28, 29 ought to come back and take another look. The last schedule is Schedule 10. And if you look at Schedule 10, I'll start on the right and work my way over. So your water utility customer deposits, $8,000, you got cash there. That's really restricted, so you don't want to spend out of that. Your debt service reserve, you got nothing there because you got no debt, which is really good. You got your water utility depreciation, and your depreciation, your short-lived assets, repair and replacement is another name they use. Those are funds that the Indiana Code says you're authorized as a utility to build up so that you can pay for improvements to your utility through cash as opposed to taking out a bunch of debt. So they do authorize you to set your rate such that you can recover some of those funds. And we usually have a PER we'll get from the engineer, or we'll use some rules of thumb to set that number. So currently you're showing $6,957 kind of in the negative. If you were to look back on that very first schedule, we're recommending $11,086 a year be set aside into that the depreciation account. It's just under $1,000 a month, basically. Every month when you do your transfers, when you do you take $1,000 and you put it in from the water operating into that depreciation fund, and you just build that depreciation fund. And then when you want to paint the tower or whatever the case may be, you can pull it out of that fund to do those things. And again, it's meant to be there as opposed to issuing debt. So that's what that's for.
So we can deposit into it.
Yes.
Because we're gonna get reimbursed for water meters that we bought.
Well, there you
It's
go.
like $80,000, so we
Oh.
could take a portion of that.
Yes.
Or all of it,
Now,
essentially, and put into our debt reserve,
um,
so that,
so something to think about, if you're gonna get $80,000, I'm gonna go back to your revenue tab, which is tab number 5. If you look at, schedule number 5. If you look at schedule 5, this is the revenue that's coming into the utility. And if you look at non-operating receipts, you got earnings on investments and deposits. So if you go from 21 to on, you got $62, $53, $0, $369, $121. So those are some fairly low numbers. And one of the things to think about is Indiana has established an LGIP. It's a local government investment pool. In Indiana, we call it Trust Indiana. And it's very liquid. I hear good things from clerk treasurers about your ability to put money in there and take your money out. So if you take something like $80,000, you can put it in the LGIP, and it's only for government entities like you. And it can draw, depending on what current rates are, it can draw 4 or 5%. So, you go 4% of $80,000. I mean, there's an easy way to generate over $3,000 just because you put it there. So there's opportunities like that, and that's better than $121 as an example. That's an option for the 80,000, but really for you to think about, and if you talk to some of the other clerk treasurers and get a feel for things, I hear really good things, but I think it's like maybe even like a day to take. Liquidity is that quick. You can get your money back. So
then if we have a big project, we can just take it out of that instead of having to, or if we needed for matching funds for another grant or something,
Yes.
just strictly water, it's only
Strictly
water.
it's very liquid.
And this factors in all the water sales we do, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then in your water operating fund, you got over $100,000 there, which that's great. If you look at those schedules 2 and 3, you guys got a lot more money than you need to in there. That's perfect. So, and at the very bottom of schedule 10, as a matter of fact, we put a comment that said $924 a month you can transfer into that depreciation fund.
Okay. Up to, okay.
That's your water utility. Water utility, again, I think both your water and your wastewater is pretty good. I'm going to transition to your wastewater. But before I do that, any questions on water? I kind of went through there really quick. I didn't want to go to the next level detail.
So you're just recommending a 4%
Yep.
rate increase
Yes, we call it 4% across the board.
until 2028,
Yeah,
and then we revisit
yeah.
in 28 to do another 4% or just to see what's going on.
See where you're at. Yeah.
And right now, so that would be taking, let's just get that clear. Water rates from 25.64 to 26.67.
Yes, that's the dollar increase.
So it's a dollar and a dollar.
$1.03.
There you go.
Yeah.
So smart.
Well, the fact that the council is kind of on top of this, you're not hitting ratepayers with 20s and 30% increases. Unfortunately, that happens all the time. But if you just stay on top of it, you know, it becomes very manageable.
Well, and so that's, to me personally, that's the most important thing, is knowing this community. And we're poor, you know, we're a poor community. So if we can pass on just a small increase, and we're still solvent in the water plant, there's no reason to try to put a 10% increase out there and just bank more money.
Yeah.
It's just not right.
Well, I think you're doing real good.
We're not really allowed to make a big profit. You just have to be able to sustain
Yeah.
your utility.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
we were to sell our utility, then they could come in and make the big project.
Well, I'm working with the utility that's thinking about selling right now. That is a hot mess, because usually the people that buy the utility, they're inside the IURC, the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission. And that has a whole lot of regulatory requirements they have to maintain, so. All right, so wastewater. So go through wastewater. You get the list of schedules. You go schedule one. Again, this one's not bad. We're recommending 3.25%, which is not bad at all. There's revenue requirements here. So from a dollar perspective, it's $39 to $40.27. So it's $1.27. Okay. The next two schedules, again, you've got plenty of working capital, and we'll see that at the very end. Schedule 4 is your tariff sheet, which calls that out. Your percent change and your dollar change. Again, 5, 6 is your expenses and your disbursements, and they're consolidated on Schedule 7. If you look at the bottom of Schedule 7, net income has been positive, so that's very good. That's a sign that you're definitely staying on top of things. Schedule 8 is your adjustments, and we won't go through all the detailed adjustments. Schedule 9, if you look at the very bottom of Schedule 9, you see that you've got a positive net income up to 2029. If you do notice, because of those adjustments, probably after 2029 should be how long this carries you. So again, we normally recommend 3 to 5 years, so that's right, like at 4 years. So I think that would cover you well. I did have one question, but I'll take that offline tomorrow and ask. But if you go to the fund balance page at the very back, and we just kind of go right to left, you can see you got your wastewater construction fund. There was some work done in prior years, you can see up there. Now there's some residual de minimis value, $21 there. Depreciation, which again, that's the cash that you use to keep the utility up to date. No really receipts, disbursements been used out of that lately. We would recommend, and it's back on Schedule 1, and I think it's actually, monthly transfer $1,115 into the depreciation fund, and that's actually called out on line 26 on Schedule 1. So we would recommend that you do start putting funds into that depreciation, because that's going to allow you to rebuild a pump or fix a broken line or something down the road. Now you got $48,000 there, which is very good. Your wastewater sinking fund just shows a negative $5,633. Usually SBOA is not a big fan of having negative numbers, so I think that could just be an administrative transferred over, cleared out, but you really keep it in the same account. So I think that could be a good way, easy way to clear it out. Lastly, in your wastewater operating, you have over $300,000 there. Again, I think that's an opportunity to, and again, it's at your discretion. You might want to take $200,000. You can take 200 from there and 48 for depreciation. That's darn near 250,000. Put it in the Trust Indiana. Now you're generating 3-4% off of 250,000. Now you get some.
Yeah,
some there.
so that will help us sustain our
Yeah.
utility.
Yeah, so I think that's a real opportunity there. But
So it's interest, what is it called?
it's called Trust Indiana. And if you got a question, if you shoot me an email, I can send you a link to it.
Oh, okay.
I
So
hear,
it's simple to
yeah.
do.
Oh, I hear nothing but positive things from clerk treasurers that use it. And they're like, I got my money back the next day. So I would definitely say look into it. And again, I think a lot of the clerk treasurers are on the AIM listserv. You can throw that out there at the listserv and say, somebody give me some feedback. And I think you'll get some pretty good feedback. So that's the wastewater utility. All in all, I think you guys are doing really
Doing
well. So.
What does what does sinking fund mean?
So a sinking fund is typically the combination of your principal and interest on any debt that you issue. So normally you would have like state revolving fund debt. I think you got a state revolving
They got
fund
a
grant, right?
Yeah, we
So-
did
so
for
you-
water.
So you didn't have to pay that back, but it's
100%.
yeah, I'm at.
The wastewater has a debt on it
Yes.
through rural development.
Yeah, that was the one question I was gonna have for you.
Yeah.
But I was gonna take that one offline. We do a lot of work with rural development. So I wanted to talk a little.
$200,000.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So when I take our payments, like, it's-
There are two payments.
Yeah, one is like the payment with the interest and then
yeah.
the next one is just interest.
So the sinking fund is you put that money back for the interest, right?
Yeah, principal and interest. Yeah, so normally you would transfer it over principal and interest, and then you'd have an ACH transfer from there
Yeah.
to rural development. Yeah, and so that was actually one of the things I was gonna just ask to get some details on. That was the one.
Okay.
But yeah, all in all, I think it's really well run financially. I think, just some opportunities for improvement there, so. So that's my report.
All right, Sean. Thank you. I'll
Thank you.
Okay,
take some time and digest that, and then we'll chat.
3.25%
Yeah.
increase.
so just give me a call anytime.
What is it, $1?
And with that, I'll leave.
Thank you.
Alrighty, thank you, Sean.
My pleasure. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thanks, Sean.
So that's raising the sewer rates $1.27.
Yeah.
So on $1.03, so it's $2.30.
The one thing I want to look at is what they recommend for the school versus what we're charging for the school.
I don't think that they,
Be careful.
Thanks,
See you, Matt.
you guys. Thank you.
God love you.
Because they say we should be charging the school with a rate increase $2,600.
for sewer.
Yeah. But
Well, that was
we bill them half of that. We bill
well,
them.
because they came to us and said, we're
Yeah.
gonna close the school unless you can.
Yeah.
Help us with their sewer and.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Okay. All right, moving on. Jim.
Not much for you guys this week. I did bring a new member of Moore Law with me. This is Justin Meredith.
Hi, Justin.
Justin,
Recently took the Indiana bar exam in July, waiting on results, but he is a certified legal intern. So
Fingers crossed.
if we need, if we need to research anything or anything like that, he is able to practice law under one of our attorney supervision.
Good. So I do have something for you to research.
Perfect.
We're going to put a new roof on the community center.
Okay.
Okay, it's going to cost me or cost the town. God, I got good doing that.
unless you won't pay for it.
Cost the town a couple $100,000, right? We've got a line on about $70,000 worth of one grant that I think we're going to get. I met with them guys the other day. But debating between whether to just straight up borrow money from a bank or some place like that. I think that Trust Indiana, I think Brian Patterson talked to me about that.
That's a
Or
good thing.
do we take and leverage make a resolution that we take the money needed for the roof out of the sewer plant? And it's essentially the town's loaning money to itself,
Mhm.
And so if you can look at the ins and outs of that resolution and how to do that.
That
and
if
then-
it's legal for the town.
Yeah.
Those guys just left, they probably shouldn't, they could answer that question.
Yeah. Well, and I can talk to Sean later, but, and if,
But
I'd
the
like-
town borrow money from the
Yeah.
sewer, which I think we've done in the past.
But you have to pay it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, so we either pay a loan to a bank or we pay a loan back to ourselves, right? So it's,
Yeah.
but if you can let me know before September 16th,
Okay.
because I want to get going on this, and we have a meeting on September 16th. So
So if we borrow from the sewer plant for the community center,
Mhm.
then the community center is gonna have to pay it back to the sewer plant.
Yes.
Community center doesn't make that much money to do its,
You can make your own years. It don't have to be
Yeah.
next year. It can be over.
$100 a month for whatever.
that's why I want.
but I'm
Jim
just
to-
saying.
That's why I want him to look at it and see what the ins and outs are. And you can reach out to, sorry, you can reach out to AIM
Okay. Yeah.
and Jeff Westling probably would be a good source.
Yep.
And I see him once, twice a month at our planning commission meetings, always asking me how you're
Tell
doing.
Justin about that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's a super great guy.
Yeah, so you can reach out to him.
What about State Board of Accounts? Reach out to them.
We can do that too. Nora could get you that info for State Board of Accounts.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure before we go either get a loan or do this resolution that we've covered all our bases.
Absolutely.
You know.
I agree.
So, okay.
Sounds good.
Anybody have anything else for Jim? Okay. All right, so now let's go to our regular part of our agenda, the approval of the meeting minutes. There's two sets of meeting minutes. There's one for August 5th, which is the regular meeting, and then the special board meeting we had on August 26th that primarily focused on the budget. So if everybody's had a chance to review those, I'll entertain a motion to approve the two meeting minutes.
I make a motion to approve the meeting minutes.
I need a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Okay.
Aye. Any opposed? Say nope. Okay. All right. Then, did you say you had a new set of handwritten claims, Nora?
Yes.
Different than the one I had? Okay. The 20 by 30 geo container bag, that's for the wastewater plant, for
Yeah,
that
it's the
can,
dumpster
the dumpster bag?
Yep.
Okay, so nothing jumps out at me on the handwritten claims. More law. Jim reviewed the contract that we had with Commonwealth for the community crossings grant. Riverside Insurance, $904 to Element for water testing, $3,708 to Commonwealth for the construction of the community crossings grant. We had a $1,453.75 out to Wizenhunt, which is our part of the community center project.
Where would that need to come from?
Well, we don't have it in the community center, so I think we just take it out of general fund. Thoughts?
Is it, what
Isn't,
was it for?
Just, it's,
isn't there a grant in the fund account or appropriations?
yeah, but that grant, we're gonna run out of money between the grant and the 120 from the library. We were going to be left with somewhere in the neighborhood of less than $15,000 for extras, and our portion of what was over the budget. You know what I mean?
How much is that?
1,475 or yeah, 1,453.75.
And the community center's in the negative?
I don't think it's in the negative, but
I don't have a fund report.
yeah.
I just noticed that. I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So
I would just take it out of one of the others, whether it be the setup money or. None of our
Do you know
more
how much is
lucrative-
in Senate?
About $60,000. And I keep in mind out of set it comes our community match, our 25% of the street. And then that's where I intended to use, what extra we needed for the community project was out of set it. Because like I said, we had, as of our meeting last month, we had 60,000 in there at the end of last month.
Riverboat money.
Riverboat has really dwindled down, hasn't it?
Yeah, but it's got that in it.
And then we've also got the $10,000 line item for community center.
and the
Construction.
general
Yeah.
fund.
Yep, I would use that.
Okay.
So just out of the general fund.
$1,975 for Josh to excavate, repair 2 water leaks. I'll get to the water leaks when we get to water and sewer here in a second. Chris bought weed killer, bought a rebuild kit for the one of the urinals in the men's room at the community center. Bought big garbage bags for that one great big garbage can with the orange lid that's sitting out back there.
Yeah.
I want to get that back in the front, but I don't want to do it without a garbage bag in it. So, and then $1,890 for a bag at the wastewater plant to put in the dumpster to the sludge goes in. So the total handwritten claims this month are $12,204.49. Need a motion to approve that.
Make a motion to approve the handwritten claims for $12,204.49.
49 cents. I need a second.
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No? Okay, motion carries. Whoops. There were no billing adjustments this month other than Larry Pavey got his deposit back on the water, correct?
Did he pay that water? Did he have a large water bill?
No.
Okay.
At some time he had paid it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he sold that house there on Edgerton to Lisa and Matt Beadle.
Oh,
Okay, so
Computer claims.
this is that's one we need to sign, right?
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
So we need a motion for the building adjustments.
So computer claims.
Billing adjustments, need a motion for the billing adjustments.
Oh, sorry. Need a motion to approve the billing adjustments of $50, a refund.
I make a motion to approve the billing adjustments.
A second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Nope. Okay, motion carries. You guys can start signing those if you want. The computer claims. I didn't see anything on the computer claims that jumped out at me that we hadn't already approved. So I need a motion to approve the computer claims in the amount of $44,980.51.
I make a motion to approve the computer claims in the amount of $44,900.
I need a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Nope. Okay, motion carries. Pay file report. It's the same every month. An amount of $6,482. I need a motion to approve the pay file report.
Make a motion to approve the pay file report.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay, so let's go. Okay, moving on. Water and sewer. We had a company out of Findlay, Ohio, come in on the 26th to look for leaks. It was primarily to look for a leak on Spurlock Lane, why there was water gathering at the bottom of the hill. Didn't find anything. He found a leak above the meter that we put in to check it there at the old cemetery. Josh fixed that. Then he had we found another leak at the top of the hill by the mound. It was a pretty big leak, and Josh fixed that. Josh out there?
Yep.
Okay, so you got those two fixed, right?
Yep.
Okay, then Oh, would you just turn the faucet off or? Yeah. And then discovered that there was a hose bib that was just left open and was just running water for I don't know how long, but kind of maybe attributed the water down at the bottom of Spurlock Lane to maybe that water running downhill. I don't know. So then there's fire hydrant down on Marshall and Edgerton that's got a leak. Yeah. So you guys get together on that and get that taken care of.
I can get that ordered.
Yeah. Bottom line was the guy was here for probably 40 minutes looking at trying to find the leak on Spurlock Lane. And then I think he thought he was going to jet. And I'm like, I got you all day, don't I? So I put him in a truck with Eric and they just drove around and looked everywhere they could possibly could. So we got the leaks fixed and then we get that fire hydrant fixed and fingers crossed I'm sure there's more leaks in town, but
So hopefully,
fingers crossed.
Is there another rate study? Not rate study, but what's it called?
water loss,
Thank you.
they do it yearly every year.
Do they?
They don't
Okay.
know, how much you lose,
Okay. So when is that due or done
I
or?
think it's already over this year. I believe it was in July, wasn't it?
Well, Commonwealth did it last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then the only other thing, I got two things. The one just popped into my head, but the water meters, the basically pump house number 2, have we had a chance to get in there and organize that and inventory what's in that room?
Just the 20 meters, but I still have to get in there and tear everything out.
Okay.
It's gonna be a pretty big job. But
Yeah. I want to get it done.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we had an issue at the water plant at 1:00 last night, and
I didn't hear about that.
yeah, it just doesn't shut off. So the water was just pouring.
Water's not, I noticed that the
Yeah.
other day.
Oh,
The coin op.
yeah, okay, yeah, the fill station.
Yeah.
I thought, well, maybe somebody just left. It's been really busy.
Yeah.
Going.
But anyway, so was there this morning with, I can't think of the name of the electrician. Anyway, Ludwig. Yeah. Sam came over, wasn't an electrical issue. Jeff Miners came up. It was an issue in that part. So he ended up going, we thought we had it fixed. He left, and I don't know, hour or so later, I called him and said it's still doing it. And it was kind of hit and miss when it would shut off and when it wouldn't. So he ended up going to West Lafayette today to get parts for it. And then I told him to get another one of those, the valves, that little,
Check that.
it's not a check valve.
It's like an actuating valve.
Yeah, it's like an actuator, but it's anyway, whatever. Told me to get another one of those, so we had it on hand in case this happened on a Friday night where we couldn't get the parts. And then I told him to get a couple extra of those filters that go in another area right there. That's what was clogged up, and so I mean,
Water's hard.
fingers crossed, but it just gushes water, and I just had to go in there and shut it off. And I thought today I was going to end up sitting down there, either me or Chris sitting down there the whole day, saying, "Okay, put your money in, turn the water on, it's full, turn it off," because it's so. And that's why I made a point that them guys had to get out here because it's so dry that I can't have that station shut down. A, for revenue for the town, but B, more importantly, people need water. So. Anyway, so that's good. And then the only other thing I want to talk about is the fire hydrants. I'd like to make sure we test all those hydrants, flush them out, and then I want to get them painted.
Yeah, he said something about he's been painting.
Yeah, well, he's been painting.
Painted the valve.
Oh,
I told him to get some blue paint, and every time he found a valve, paint the valve so we know where they're at, and then we can go back and mark them on a map of where they're at. It makes it easy
I
to
don't think
identify.
That's under their job description.
Whose?
To paint fire hydrants.
No, Chris paint the fire hydrants, but I want the fire hydrants checked, flushed.
Yeah.
And we flushed the one over at the water plant. Les flushed it here a while back because we had too much chlorine.
I flushed that one that had a leak too, just
Yep.
to see if I can get something out.
Yeah.
But
So,
it was dirty for about 2 seconds.
Yeah. but just do them all and then we get them painted, and then they'll
The
look
fire
nicer.
department help with that or?
The fire department really needs to
for the water. I don't know who needs to do it, but it needs a valve or a gauge put on it, and we need to know what the PSI is on
Yeah.
that pressure.
Concerning,
You can paint them according to that, so that way the incoming truck knows this is gonna give me this much PSI. All of them, I think, around here are relatively the same. It's not like a big city where there's 5 different colors.
Yeah.
Probably there's only
Deb, will you get with Keith on that? Thank you. Okay. Anybody have anything for water and sewer? Okay, moving on to coin op was
thanks, Eric.
1732.50.
It's in guys.
Thanks, Eric. 1732.50 for August, and I know I gave Nora a big bag of money here today, 2 bags actually. So, that number's relative. It depends on when I get over there to empty it, whether it's exactly cut off on the day. So, but anyway, fire department. You gonna speak for Keith or
Everything's good for the fire department.
Okay.
Um,
any upcoming events or anything like that?
yes, what'd you guys say? On, October the 18th, they're having, chili supper and a gun raffle. They're gonna be selling a gun, one gun, raffle, and I think I'm not for sure the amount. I'll get a flyer out in the next week or so on that.
I like those gun raffles.
But they're having chili supper that night also.
Cool. I like chili.
You know the time?
Not on my head, no.
Okay.
Still having our meeting before the
All right. Anything for the fire department? Okay. Police department. Bradley.
Yeah, tagged 13 cars, 6 of them's been moved, 2 of them's been bought and is gonna be moved. And then we got, probably around 6 that's, 5 or 6 that, got a few more days to see what's going on. One guy, I gave him a little extra time because he thought he was just gonna buy tags and put on them, and I'm like, no, they gotta be offered. So I told him I'd give him a little more time to get him going.
Yeah, I figured that. I can't figure out why. Sorry.
I was just given this, printers for police cars. We need 2 of them. We got a quote from this place here. It's Beltron or whatever, if you want to start over and pass it around. But it's like $900 some or $1,000 or whatever it said on there.
Each or total?
That's for 2.
Okay.
We called, we had Nora get a hold of our IT people, and they wanted $1,200 some for one. So.
Okay.
See if we can get permission to get them. Other than that, everything's going
So what does it print out?
tickets. Hooks to the computers in the cars, and you scan the tickets and it prints them out. I like that better. Prosecutor won't take them.
Handwritten ones?
No. Because once you write.
Guess we gotta get in the
Tickets.
2000s and get printers.
Well, you print it and it automatically sends the ticket to the state.
Oh.
Once you give them a copy, so the prosecutor just gets online and it goes through that way.
Huh.
So, but yeah, I enjoyed doing it. Paper,
Sometimes it's easy.
especially when you're not a computer person.
My phone thinks that, or my bed watch thinks, says that I just fell.
That comes with a roll of paper too. I mean, that paper.
So will
250.
you have any trouble installing that to get it? Okay.
Okay. So I need a motion to approve buying 2 printers for police cars in the amount of $977.96.
I make a motion to purchase printers for 2 police cars in the amount of $977.96.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Okay.
And the only other thing is, I think some mix up with the car. I don't know what it was, more to me maybe. But I got the car running, brought it up here, and so we just reposted it, so the bids will have to be due whenever.
16th.
Yeah, so the newspaper didn't get it in time for me to have that 2 week
Okay.
period, so I just pushed it back to
That's
the
fine.
16th and
Yeah, that's fine.
reworded it, so yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So
Yeah, so like I-
what are we just taking, just bids, or we give them a,
Just taking bids. as far as
Okay.
I know. I mean, that's how we put it in the paper,
okay,
just like the other one.
that's fine. Didn't cost us
We
nothing.
took
So.
we took the bid from the last one and just redid it.
Get $977.96. You just paid for your printer. Okay. I think you guys are doing a great job with
Appreciate it.
with the, I see you guys out all the time. If I call you and ask you for something, boom, it's done. And those two Jeeps that were wrecked in that one place, they're gone. So it's, you guys are doing a great job. And like I said, I see you out all the time, and that's all I ever wanted was just you guys being out here. So
And I will say, and I told you this, I was out looking for my dog this weekend, and the town looks better than it's been probably my 30 years. It probably looks better now than it has. In a
Good.
long time. I mean, we got a ways to go.
Yeah.
But so and then if we didn't tag more cars in that because we didn't know if nobody moving, then we couldn't get them all. So,
Yeah.
So like I said, we get rid of the forest a little bit, and then we start seeing some trees. We'll
the only
So
other
how
thing
many
I got for you is dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles. Okay. Guys, the kids ride them dirt bikes up and down them alleys. They're just tearing them alleys up. Okay. But I see, and where the house is on Baltimore, them guys, those kids ride those scooters without helmets,
We just had this conversation
Yeah.
to start focusing on
Yeah.
people more.
and they don't stop. And like today,
Baltimore.
three
Well, not
guys,
Baltimore, but
yeah.
Franklin, they're running quads all up and
a
down.
grown man and two kids
Yeah.
blew through the stop sign on Lafayette and Pearl. And I looked at him and I didn't say nothing. The guy looked at me and went, like that. And I just think, especially the little kids, grown man runs a stop sign and gets hit. Well, that's his fault, right? But a kid, and there's a couple of them, I told them, I said, you guys have got to stop at them stop signs.
I've heard, a couple of them have already been told if I call them back out, they're
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
So,
And that's what we need to do is just take them.
Confiscating.
Yeah, take them.
So they've been,
Yeah.
a couple of them have been warned.
Okay.
I ain't seen them since. But,
All right. And then, like I said, the alleys, I know Chris said they're tearing his alley up, riding that motorbikes up in there. And, and I see Deb shaking her head and, and, I mean, you want the kids to have fun and everything like that, but, they got to be safe on it. Like that little go-kart they ride around, it ain't got brakes on it.
Yeah.
They just put their foot
I ain't
down.
seen it back out,
It's been out.
has it?
So anyway, that's all I had. Like I said, you guys are doing a great job, and we're making progress, and that's all we can ask for.
The other thing was what I told you about campers.
Oh, yeah.
So we need to look into the county ordinance or
Two
our
weeks.
ordinance, or who's supposed to enforce that? Is it the county?
I thought I gave you the ordinance.
Well, I
And
think
then
we
I
did,
just-
but then we
It's
get
the
into
county
this-
ordinance.
But we get into this, remember we went through this with the campers versus the trailers and,
And we never did go through it because nothing was ever done.
yeah.
Recreational vehicle
Right.
and blah, blah, blah.
The way that, and I don't know it verbatim, but the way the county code says
2 weeks.
is like 2 weeks. Yeah, like Becky did it there here a while back when her daughters came down. Parked the fifth wheel in the driveway. It's there over the weekend and it's gone. But these guys down there in Edgerton, they got that fifth wheel down there. They live in it.
Mhm.
They've roped off their driveway coming off of Jackson Street. Right there by the
That's
corner.
something, I guess I need to look at it again, because as far as enforcing it, do you guys enforce it and we just follow up on it, or do we enforce it, or how do we are we just hooking up to them, taking off? We gotta figure all that
All
out.
right, I got a planning commission meeting on a week from tomorrow, and I'll find out there. I'll go early and find out there what we need to do. and how we need to do it. I don't want to go down there and tell them they got to get out because I don't want to get shot.
I-
You get
No
paid.
comment,
You get paid to get shot.
Yeah. Yeah, gee, thanks. But yeah, I just, just like we said before, to get the
Yeah.
proper procedure down.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I just think you need to go downtown. They can't live in a camper.
They've been told.
They've been told.
Okay, I'll find out next Wednesday night, and I'll get with you, and then we'll figure what we got to do. If we got to get the sheriffs to go down there and tell, you go down there with the sheriff, and
I ain't worried about the sheriff. I just want to know, is there a penalty? Does it say hook up to it and take it, or
Pull it out.
pull it out? What we do,
I'll find out.
once we figure that out, then we'll start addressing that.
Anybody have anything for Brad?
I would just wonder, sitting here, if they don't have title and they can't get it legal, does that kind of get around even having to mess with that? Because
Do they have a title? Or do you know that they
likely a
don't?
lot of them probably don't. They're old and been passed around.
What kind of, is it a fifth wheel or?
It's an old fifth wheel, yeah.
Worthy.
I don't know how, I'll have to check in on that. I
Is there
mean,
plates on it?
as far as, it's just better that we know they're living in it and get rid of it, because I have more probable cause to mess with it then than I do going and checking them in when I'm in camper. I can't just go tromping in and checking everybody's VIN numbers. So.
Okay.
So,
I just don't understand why people think that they can just do whatever they want. They know it's against the law. It's like, oh, well, it's Laurel. Nobody gives a crap.
the ones that usually do it don't care.
Well, and that's the thing, and that's my problem is, maybe it's
They're not
that
from here.
maybe it's that
They're not.
maybe it's that way in the past, but that ain't the way it is now.
Yeah.
There's, to quote Eddie, or was it Eddie Murphy? There's a new sheriff in town. And if it's a law, an ordinance that says they can't, then they can't. Sorry, and
Used to back in the day, you guys know, you could go up and tell somebody that and they'd be gone the next week.
Yeah.
Now it's just like.
yeah, exactly. Okay, thank you,
All right,
Brad.
just let me know. We'll-
Thank you. All right, Town Park, Deb.
I think everything's going good with the park. We had an issue with the trash running over, but the park department guys went over and cleaned it up for us. Appreciate that. And, the memorial, I got a text from Built that it's on the sea as of right now, so hopefully it'll be here later in late September.
Where's it coming from?
China.
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 That's where they get all their black
Stone.
stone. But anyway, it's on the sea somewhere. And then they're starting to lay the sidewalk. Actually, it looks pretty good, the pattern they're using. I've got, I don't know if Nora's received any brick. Have you? Okay. And then I've got one at the house, two at the house that people give me. I prefer them not to, but
Becky and I are going to do one.
so as soon as we get 20, 25 or 30 of them, applications, and then we'll be taking them down there to get them done.
Okay.
So do you have a paper to fill out?
Yes.
I need one of those.
Okay. I think there should be still something else.
Okay.
And I took some down to the library also.
I have a question about the trash. Who's supposed to clean that up?
I don't know.
Don't know. Okay, I was just wondering.
You would think that common sense people would just know, if it's overrunning, you don't throw no more in there, but apparently that's not.
Well, who dump-
Common
like,
sense
who
says you
normally
can't live in a
dumps-
camper.
What, right.
Well, who normally goes and dumps the trash? Like who?
I
Does
think
it?
the fire department's been doing it. The fire department guys has been doing it.
So are they garbage cans? Like,
It's just like
drums?
a big
It's a big
barrel.
barrel.
do we need to get another barrel?
I think it would be better if we could get something with wheels on it, because
So
I've
it's a
did it a
truck.
few times, and when it's full, I've got to have
It's
an
hard
empty
to-
truck or something, get it on the tailgate of the truck and take it, it's heavy.
There's no bags in it or anything.
No.
Or maybe we could start putting bags in it,
Why don't we
I'm
just
having
get a,
trouble doing that.
I
One
thought
on
about the
wheels.
bags, but how would you keep them up? From being done inside the barrel.
You'd have to get those big ones. They would work, wouldn't
Well,
Yeah.
Waste Management picks up the community center, all those things, we ought to be able to get a couple of just waste management dumpsters that are on wheels.
The toter.
Toters.
Yeah. And then we just have to push them out to, either push them to the fire department or push them out on the street and let waste management pick them up on Fridays.
I think that would be better
You
than
know,
just
Then it gets done.
not knowing who's supposed to do
So
it.
you're saying
And
getting one that gets paid for, so
just gets
they
lost.
know to dump it?
Well, unless they just, out of the kindness of their heart, wanted to donate it to us. You know, it's not like they're making a special trip. They stop at my house and they stop there and boom, they're done. You know, so okay.
So maybe Nora can call and see what it would be to have a couple.
Yes.
Or just a large toter.
Just one.
I think, let's start with one, and if it's picked up every week, then it won't be.
We just have to get it to the curb on Friday mornings.
Maybe just keep it,
Well,
they go right by the.
keep it at the curb.
Just keep it
Somebody's
at
gonna.
the-
Yeah, you
Crash
don't
into
put
it.
Out there because then everybody pulls up the park and think, oh, I can see my car out while I'm here, while my kids are playing.
Yeah.
So,
Well, they do that at the community center.
Not so much anymore. I kind of put a stop to that. Not related to the town park, but related to the memorial cemetery. Linda was at my house yesterday and she told me, and I had no idea there was a slave grave up at the old cemetery. Had no idea, you know. So I think it's something we should look at, trying to maintain that a little better. If that marker needs clean, let's clean that marker and make sure it's stood up real good and everything. You know where it's at, Josh?
Yeah, what's in there?
Laura Moore. I can't remember what the girl's name was. Do you?
Aunt Nell, I think, on the top of it, she was 112 years old.
Oh,
She was
wow.
released out of slavery.
It's
it in
at the
a
old
way
cemetery up there, kind of like due west of Carl Reibold's mausoleum, that big mausoleum that's up there.
Yeah.
I didn't know about it till yesterday, and I'm like, wow, that's cool. We
The
should,
names and stuff of it.
Yeah.
I can't remember who I've heard this story, but I can't remember who she worked. She lived with or worked with a family.
She was released from slavery, and it's on there.
Do you remember that, Debbie?
I do also have something about the cemetery. At 2 different times, well, me and Keith's seen people sticking their hands in the vault, the closest one to the road.
Carl Reibold's fault? It's Reibold's, isn't it?
But, and then the other night, Teresa said they was over there, like 4 different people over there. Like, are they stashing drugs over there or something? I mean, no, I was just,
Oh, that's something for Brad to. Did you hear that?
What's that?
the vault closest to the, like where we're putting the memorial, it's a big vault.
Mhm.
2 different times, there's been people over there like sticking their hands in that vault, like are they putting drugs in there or something? And then somebody else, like a week or so later coming, I mean, I don't know, I just think it's just weird, people's over there messing in the vault.
We need to put a mousetrap in there.
Well, there's it's the
I
metal
don't want to put my hand in there to
pieces.
check.
There were
Also-
like 4 caskets in that. Remember?
They got robbed once before.
Yeah,
too.
got robbed. A casket was tore out of there and they had to put it back. And
Yeah,
What in the?
that's been.
thought that was
15
where-
years,
isn't
20
that-
years ago.
Wasn't that Carl, isn't that
I think
Reibold's?
it's Rival.
Yeah.
And this week, there'll be a camera up there, we're putting it at the corner of Teresa's house, so that can be watched.
Okay.
And
Good. If you get a chance, maybe send somebody, just go take a look at it.
I'll send somebody first, put my hand in there.
Great to go look at
Got it.
there.
Got a job for you.
Yeah.
And stick your hand
Test
in
you.
there.
We're gonna test your loyalty.
I also heard that somebody's living up there at the mound.
There has been.
Well, we're working on that,
It's got a dog.
right?
Yeah.
Dwayne and part of the Reach Ministry.
I do want
Yes,
to comment
yes.
what Brad was talking about. And everybody has been working really hard about cleaning this town. It's really not. It's not.
Thank you.
I have one more thing.
Go ahead.
It's not really the tent or park or nothing, but the Masonic Lodge, they're having their annual chicken dinner on September 20th from 4 to 7. is $15. Kids 12 and under is $8. All proceeds support the Laurel Lodge. Keep on moving these flyers down for you guys.
Thank you.
October the,
September.
September
September the 20th.
Okay. All right. Is that it?
I'm done.
Thanks, Deb. Okay, community center rentals for August were only $540. I mean, it's been slow. We knew it was going to be slow. Pickleball only played in there 12 times, and then otherwise it was too hot to rent it. I've got the Laurel Panthers basketball team has started up. It's all kids from Laurel. They practice in there 2 nights a week, Monday and Fridays. Pickleball still plays Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. Starting in November, the basketball games will be going for the Laurel Panthers. Starting in end of October, Charles Isaacs and Nora and them guys are starting their adult volleyball league again. And I don't charge. Sorry, I don't charge the kids anything. So the Panthers basketball team, the 12U volleyball league that goes on, the basketball league that goes on, they don't get charged. I charge the adults, right? Just like we charge pickleball. So anyway, so they're starting to get a lot going on. I'm getting a lot of people requesting dates and stuff like that. The community center project, I hope that'll be done at the end of this month. Basically, all we're waiting for now is Duke Energy to come and do the underground so we can get the power switched over, and then they can pave that back parking lot there by my kitchen's house because they're moving that pole, get all that done. I met with Rush Hospital on the 27th, and they brought like a dozen people over. And that went really well, and I didn't get any pushback from, you guys are providing all the 2 examination beds and you write the contract. I'll have our lawyer review it and then we'll sign it. It'll be 2 days a week to start. We'll gauge how much interest there is. I went down yesterday down to Metamore and looked at some furniture in the old church down there. John Palmer has stashed away. It's medical furniture he got from Hillenbrand. It's real good. So when the project gets closer to being done, Chris and I are going to go over there and load all those chairs up so they'll have waiting room chairs and stuff like that. So
So once whatever we come to agreement on, they'll pay rent.
absolutely.
So that'll be a steady income for the community
Yeah.
center too.
And then-
So that'd
and
be
then-
another way to repay that.
And then
And the library.
they'll get their
whatever.
own, they'll have their own internet specific for
And
the,
electric.
No. They'll have their own
And
internet.
electric.
and then, I mean, electricity's not going to be that much for 2 days a week. They turn lights off when they leave rooms.
wonder how many hours they'll be in there.
2 days, probably, I don't know yet on the hours, 9 to 4, 9 to 3 or something like that. It's all going to be, I can't tell her how many people are going to go to the clinic. I can't, so it's just going to be it's going to be called Laurel Primary Care. They'll put a sign back there, enter off Kokomo Hill, and so it's going to be good if people use it,
They will. So they'll have a physician in there, a nurse practitioner or whatever.
Yep. It'll be fully staffed, 2 examination rooms. We put a bathroom in there for them.
Yeah, the room's really nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys seen it. It's
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah. So, and the only other thing that's hanging out there, as far as I'm concerned, is when they put the new tile down, they didn't wax it. They didn't polish it. They didn't wax it. And the guy from Wisconsin told me, well, that's kind of on the owner. No. You guys put the tile down. It can't just be bare tile, so I've got to work with them on that. So 4-Star Floor Care will be here Monday, the 8th. and the gym is going to be closed for basically 3 weeks, the 8th through the 26th, while they dry the floor out from where it got wet, and then strip it, paint the pickleball lines, and then put 2 coats of Bona Super Elite Satin Finish. I don't know. It's what everybody's doing it. That's what the guy tells me. So, and he was only going to put 1 coat on it, and I said I wanted 2 because his original estimate when the insurance was going to pay for it was 2 coats. So, and then when it's done, then I'll have Chris down there, and he'll show us how to clean it, how often to clean it, and we'll make sure that it gets cleaned on a regular basis, as opposed to hit and miss, because the 2 guys that were doing it before kind of lost interest, So anyway, so the total bill for this is going to be $16,041.80. Okay. We have $12,000 that the donation that Linda got from the McDaniel Foundation. Then the pickleball gave us $1,000 to paint the lines. So basically, the town's going to be out $3,041.80. So I need a motion to approve the invoice for 4-Star Floor Care for $16,041.80.
Where's the rest of it gonna come from?
Again, we'll take it out of Set It, or we got $10,000 in there for construction on the community center anyway in the budget. So I need a motion.
I make a motion to approve
4-Star Floor Care,
4-Star Floor Care to fix the community center
How
floor.
much was that?
$16,041.80.
A second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. I gave you a copy of this, right? Okay. All right. Okay, still in the community center. I had a meeting on August 28th down in Lawrenceburg with a representative from a company called Exact Healthcare that has the maximum amount we can get is $70,000. Okay, that's just what they max it out at to apply to. I'm going to apply to the roof, but it could be used for anything in the community center. I mean, we could pay if we had salaries or whatever, we could pay it. So there's no limits on it. There's no have to use Dave's Bacon wages and stuff like that. So the applications are due September 8th, and we should know by the middle of October. I wrote a letter and I included it in the stuff I gave you guys. Just she had initially told me that she wanted me to get several letters from all over town, from townspeople and stuff like that. And then when that girl read that first letter, she just said, no, this will be fine because it's short, sweet, to the point, and tells how much the town cares about that community center, how important it is to the town. And then if we don't get the roof, we take a chance of having to close that building down because we can't keep it dry. And that would take away the health clinic, the food pantry. And I made a point in there about how important the food pantry is, how many families we serve in this town. And it's growing, We could probably have a pantry. If we could get food deliveries, we could probably have a pantry every weekend, because Kath, the pantry started with Jana and Paige Conley, and they got it off to a running start, and Kathy it's exploded.
Yeah, there's a lot of people with it.
And if you get a chance, to come and work it, it's important, and
It's good.
you see a lot of people that you wonder where, how they're living on the times that they don't have that pantry. So anyway, so applications due on the 8th. I'm going to reach out to some other places to find some funding. I talked to Tanya French to see if the trustee can put some money in or anything that we can get.
REMC.
Huh?
REMC.
Yeah.
For Rush, or Rush Shelby.
And then the one over in
Yeah,
Liberty. Yeah.
And the United Way.
Okay.
United Way is very, from what I saw.
Okay.
Easy to apply.
All right. And then here's stuff you guys can sign. The town's going to need to obtain a loan, whether we loan it to ourselves or we go get a bank loan. And getting a bank loan won't be that big a deal because I would just use the money in the sewer plant as security for it. And First Financial already told me they loan us the money. So, but I want to do what's best for the town. And if we can borrow from ourselves, not have to pay any interest and have a open payback plan, then that's the way to go, as long as it doesn't affect the sewer plant. So, okay.
What kind of roof are you putting on it?
It's just a rubber roof.
Oh.
The same thing that's on there, but I got the only quote I got right now is from Shomels. I haven't been able to get any other quotes, but I told him what I want it the roof taken off all the way down to the decking. And then, so we're not going over what was already there. We're taking it all the way down to the bare bones and then putting a new roof on it. So, and if it, lasts 25 years, well, that's longer than I'm going to be around. So to be somebody else's problem in 25 years.
Not a metal roof or anything, I didn't know.
No. And guys have said that. I think, who was I talking to the other day was like, well, we should put,
Really?
Yeah, put a pitch roof on it, a gable roof on it and stuff like that. And I'm like,
That's taken away from the school too.
it would change the appearance of the building completely, and it would be probably triple the cost of what we're doing, because you got all that extra material in there to make it a pitch roof. And then, like I said, I want to maintain the look of that building, the historical look of that building, so it's not changing much from the way it was built in 1956, because I'm pretty sure there's stuff in that custodian's room, the electrical stuff that was there in 1956, so I think that the electrical pull out back was probably there in 1956, so anyway, so I think the best thing to do is just put,
You just have to, you have to maintain it. That's the thing. I think a lot of times we get a roof on there and then it's like, no, never touch it.
I tell you what,
And there's stuff that needs to be done.
I tell you what the problem with that roof is, from a guy that designs trusses, is it doesn't have enough slope on it. And then because it's got gutters all the way around it, the roof slopes this way, but then when it gets towards the edge, it's got to slope this way to get to that gutter, and I remember, I said in Arizona, this would have been totally different. It would have been more like the gym roof that you can see the brick going up the sides, anyway.
Okay,
That's
maybe not.
neither here nor
Maybe you
there.
can work
So,
with the,
health and safety.
There's a light out on the front of the community center building.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
Okay.
Chris told me he has a list of properties.
Sorry, Adam.
That just covers.
Speaking of dumpster location, we need to catch, it's not Waste Management, it's the other guys, Rumpke. They keep putting that dumpster by Hornsby's old barbershop, or Delbert's old, or Denver's old barbershop, and it just keeps creeping closer and closer in that alley because they're too lazy to push the thing back.
It was on minute and I moved it last night.
Yeah. So, but you shouldn't have to move it. We just need to tell them, quit putting it there. And if you don't, then go put it someplace
I
else.
think maybe we need to put in an official phone call to them from the county, because that's one of three that they've had that just continually ends up in the street. The one over here, that's a big red house, there's one on that street. I mean, they get completely in the street.
Well,
Waste management then don't do that.
once I get all this, the community center done, the roof done, and stuff like that, then there's gonna be an ordinance that says you can't have those dumpsters in town. Can't have the big dumpsters that get emptied once a month, in town. And if you do got one, then you gotta have to put a fence around it. So,
So these properties,
There's
are
more.
they on your list or?
I feel like there's more than just this.
No, there's a lot more.
Yeah.
That just covers
Is that,
your main streets, your in and out of town.
okay.
Brad has a letter to deliver. So, and it's pretty bad, isn't it?
Where's it go?
Well, I don't want to really say out loud
That house.
because I don't know if I'm allowed to do
I
that.
can say it out loud, I don't
They're
care.
in the corner.
Well, I don't want to,
They're in the corner of the hill.
so.
I don't have a problem shaming
Is that
somebody,
one
what's her
here?
name?
Or are you gonna work with them?
I'm gonna work with them.
Okay.
So,
Oh.
Okay. I was just wondering.
Whitney Satterfield? Absolutely. Yeah, I went to that house to take a water turnoff thing, and partner puked on the front porch because of the it was rough. I gagged, and he's like, "Sorry, I told my kids to throw the garbage
So I
away."
should take this to a big long pole.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was like a pot of dinner
Okay,
from like
moving
a week
on.
ago.
Moving
And I knocked on the door and went,
on. Now that we
So a
all
lot
know.
of these are just weeds and stuff like that, right? Chris is what you're talking
To
about.
me, that's cleaning up your main street.
And,
and I don't know if to
Yeah,
not.
move on.
I don't.
We've got it. We'll talk about
I
it.
don't know if anybody has driven down Lafayette. Okay,
Mhm.
but that big house that sits on the
Where?
corner of Lafayette and F, the big old two-story nobody lives in. Go by and look at that.
Chris has done a great job. on
Yeah,
that.
he did a great job. He got the weeds from behind Linda's house, and it looks amazing. Like I said, and that's where you start driving around and people start cleaning their stuff up. So,
So that is, I don't know if you ever sent a letter to Jean Sherrard. but that's-
All the
yeah, we
time.
did.
Okay, that's one of her properties and, Maze's Market is as well. So I'm working with her grandson. He's in charge, recently took over maintenance on her properties here and in Metamore. So I got with him and gave him a price on that and got that one up there cleaned up. I'm gonna do some work over here on Maze's Market
So is
soon too.
He's reimbursing you for
Yes,
things?
yes.
Okay, that's cool.
yeah, it's totally separate from anything he does for the town.
Okay, well, that's good, Chris. It looks nice.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys work on that list. You have anything else?
No,
I
What are you
still
green
think that,
Huh?
What do you laughing about?
nothing.
I think that we need to meet another time a month to go over stuff like this. And that, whether it be a committee of a few people or an official meeting, just to do property maintenance and things like that to discuss.
I agree.
Enforcing these ordinances.
I agree. And once we get it all cleaned up, then it should be easy to, when the whole town's a shambles and then we start cleaning them all up. So if you want to start
Danielle,
something,
Linda, what do you think?
I'm fine with that. I'm good.
thoughts?
No thoughts.
All right. Along the line of property cleanup and that kind of thing, we had talked, we had the town cleanup day in April. We talked about doing it again in October. We still want to do that?
Yeah.
I think we should.
Is there money? That's the thing.
I think we have plenty of money in our general fund. So unless Nora wants to get you a printout of a fund report
And can we move money? Like, can we do a
between line
resol-
items, between funds.
Like, cause I know the
Like-
insurance one has that surplus where we didn't,
Yeah.
so.
So as long as it's in general fund,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, there's plenty of money in general fund. Or there was when.
Well, and I had noticed that groundskeeper has like $20,000,
Mhm.
and I don't know why it has that much.
groundskeepers where Chris's town
He gets
maintenance
paid.
comes out of. But since he gets out of all three accounts, so it's gonna have that surplus as well, because 20,000.
Because when
was
you
for the-
budgeted,
Right.
Because we took the code enforcer, 12,000.
Oh, yeah, I
and
understand.
8,000 mowing.
I would say if you're gonna do it twice a year, that maybe you could reduce it down to 4 units. Because we budgeted for 6 both times and only ended up using 5, I believe. Anyway.
Well, but he doesn't charge us for 6 if we only use 5.
How much was it?
Well, but I mean, when we usually talk about it, you say, okay, we're gonna get 6 and this is that amount, so that's what we're thinking
Yeah.
we're gonna need to spend. And realistically, we
Yeah. So
Do you remember how much it was?
It was 3,000 and something.
He just quoted me earlier 485, which I don't know if he gives the town a deal, but he quoted me 485 for 120 yards for a week. So yeah, 3,000 would probably do.
That's what I paid for it. When I had, yeah, it's 485. For the week.
I can't find, when did we do the other one? Was it in March or April?
so and I think
End of
this
April.
time when things get collected and it's like metal and that kind of thing, and that stuff gets taken to wherever and you get money back from that, I think that money needs to go to the park.
Well, the money from the last one, I still actually haven't even cashed that in. That's going to the pantry. I spoke with them. Donating I'm just gonna purchase and donate another cart for that. I'm sure I'm gonna have to add some to it because the stuff wasn't even that much.
So scrap metal, you collected scrap metal on the side?
Yeah, instead of putting it in the dumpster, so it fills them up.
Scrap's not, you don't get a whole lot from scrap right now, so I do know that.
And plus the fact that that whole day, either Chris starts doing it and Josh comes in and finishes it up, packing that stuff down. They're there the whole day. Because I know you're thinking probably about
You're gonna make a money off it.
Man, it sucks getting old because I can't think of people's names. Steve
Matney?
Matney. I don't remember what it was, but
I think it was like $3,000, somewhere in there.
yeah,
Mm.
I don't think it was that much, but whatever. I'm trying to open up Excel and it's not opening.
Well, that's,
Anyway,
so you wanna set up date in October?
yeah. So I want to set up a date in October. It was 520 Miami Valley dumpster, 520-yard dumpsters was $2,507.
Okay, so when in October do you wanna do it? First part?
I need to try to stay off pantry days. It's like the 18th is a Saturday and the 19th is a Sunday. We get more action on the 18th on Saturday than we do on Sunday.
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
And then I don't want to put from 7 to 7 or 7 to 5 or something like that. It's 7 o'clock in the morning until they're full, so that people don't show up at 5 o'clock and say, "Oh, you said it was still open." Well, sorry, there's no more dumpsters. So
And that's fire department's chili supper, so maybe when they're finished, they'll come over and eat.
There you go.
okay, yeah. Well, like I said, we don't have to do it on that day. We could do it November 1st. It's just now we start getting cold.
It's gonna get cold, bad weather. What about the 4th?
Canal Days.
Yes. Was in the 18th?
I mean, I can do it on
18th
I can do it on the 11th. It's just there's a food pantry that Saturday that makes it.
That's fine.
But I can
Let's do the
get somebody
18th.
to cover me.
Works for me. You? Does that work for
18th?
you, Linda?
18th. Okay, so October 18th and 19th will be town cleanup day.
So we need to make flyers again?
Mhm.
Yep.
Put 'em up.
Flyers and
Laurel
What time of
Chatter.
year?
Let's clarify with Chris before.
hopefully by then we'll have our Town of Laurel website up and running, posted on that.
Perfect.
Okay.
From 7 until full.
Is it daylight at 7 o'clock on October 18th?
Actually,
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah, let's just go 8.
I'm good with that.
Get
Because
another
I don't
hour of
have to
sleep.
be up to bed. Yeah,
You guys have a little trouble getting there.
yeah, we do. It's the weekend. We don't want to get up early.
Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna plug the computer in. Their battery's going dead.
Alrighty, so
So is
I'm going.
So is mine.
So streets and roads. Go ahead, Beck.
move it on. Oh, streets and roads.
Mm-hmm.
Well, streets done. It's nice. I don't know, you said something about Amera,
They have to come back and
I noticed
they
where they-
Not-
not gonna please sign.
pushed a little bit of Joe and Pat's fence over, and and then pushed a stop sign with it.
Oh,
That's why I think that's what pushed the fence over is the stop sign. But they'll get that done. They got probably another week, and then if they don't get it done, then they're in violation of their contract. So they'll get it done. I've talked to him, and
so the notes here says how many new speed limit signs do we need?
we need to just go around and see because we got to get them up. That's another thing.
Mhm.
Sorry. The ordinances that we adopted for the speed limits and stuff like that, Nora will show them to you. There's a couple of them that we just have a draft on. I don't have an official copy of it.
Okay, so you can get some of those down.
Yep.
To execute.
Yeah, so we can sign them on the 16th. Okay. Okay, anything else?
Well, it says here, do we need to get signs regarding use of off-road vehicles in town?
Yeah, that's been on my list for 3 or 4 months now. I'll get to that.
And then we already talked about the next
Yep.
round of community,
Okay.
community crossing grants, so I don't have anything else.
Okay. Adam,
Streets.
and if you haven't driven down Lafayette, go drive down Lafayette.
It's nice.
It's smooth. Nora Clark.
So I had a meeting with IoT and got the website started. I have training on it on the 9th. And then I'm meeting with Tyler Tech for payment processing online. And I'm meeting with them on the 9/11. So that's where we're at. We should have the website up and running and in our possession, I guess, by October, middle of October. So that's going well. And so with Tyler, I'll find out more to make sure that there are no costs that it, because I do have a couple questions from them, but the IoT, it's no cost.
Good.
And then the salary ordinance, I should have had this done when we hired Chris. So I would just need an amendment to what we passed at the beginning of the year
Chris,
to add Chris in there.
Okay.
So I would need that.
So I need a motion to amend the 2020 ordinance 2025-06, the salary ordinance, to add the town maintenance position, which is Chris's job. So I need a
I make a
motion.
motion to amend the salary ordinance.
I need a second.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries.
And then the office will be closed because me and Donna's going on a cruise. From September 18th through October 2nd.
Good for you.
So,
Wow, that's a long cruise.
well, we're taking the train out there and the train back. So a week is doing the train and then a week on the cruise. So,
Alaska?
Yeah.
Good.
so
Oh, I don't want
she
to go
attends, I
there.
think it's 5 this year.
Okay, so and you and I'll talk about
Yeah, so
what
we're
you
just
need me to
gonna
do.
set up how to get the payments and out of the box and the mail.
So somebody will be able to get into the office if they need to.
We've got a safe that we're going to put in here, so we've given the keys to the post office and the payment, and we can put them in the lockbox until we get back. But nobody will have any penalties that month, and the bills are in place.
Do we have any water turnoffs that we need to do?
No, I have to rerun it, but everybody's pretty much signed the payment and are doing pretty good.
Good.
So, does anybody else besides you and Donna have a key to that office? Does it have to be like that? I've never been comfortable with nobody else having a master key. Like, God forbid, the ship sinks. How are we gonna get in there?
Don't put that evil in the air.
But I'm just saying.
Dwayne, can you say something right now?
Do you know what I'm saying?
I do. I mean, I can ask that question to State Board of Accounts. but
I didn't think we were allowed. I was.
Have the key
Yeah.
separate,
I didn't think so.
and employee, so it's a separate entity.
So I've never heard that one before.
I thought I've heard it because I can't remember if you told me or you told me.
Oh, what me?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I'm just concerned that something like that, I guess, will break the window. So,
Get
I mean,
Brad.
that's all I know.
Get
that
Chris over here. Kick the
if
door.
there's
in.
a fire in there,
Yeah.
or in an emergency, I would think that somebody
And I do have
needs to have them.
Indiana Grant Management report Jody sent, if she just wants it run through to
Okay.
approve that. This is the community center.
Okay, so I have just a report from Indiana Grant Management, from SERPSI, Jody Comer. Updating the project, 90% complete. Do we need to approve this?
Yeah.
Okay, so I need a motion to approve the Indiana Grant Management report from SERPSI regarding the community center project, that it's 90% complete.
Make a motion to approve what you just said.
I don't do it.
It's too much.
I need a second.
Adam seconded.
All in favor, say aye.
I will.
Any opposed? No? Okay, motion carries.
I think that's all I have.
Okay. And you'll get with me on the water if there is any. Okay. Old business that's still hanging out there, Tony Smith's property on Edgerton. When I was at the planning commission meeting on 13th, the report I got back from the building department is that they simply do not understand that the only solution is to move the house. So, and that's just going to litigation. Jeffrey's, he's the attorney for the planning commission. He started litigation on that.
So who doesn't understand that's the only solution?
And he says I can't read or write, so I can't.
Oh, Tony doesn't
Yeah.
understand.
And Galen says, well, then I'll explain it to you. You got to move it. I haven't had any updates on Jerry Abrams's property as far as the stuff in the back. I know Tanya has done a great job out there cleaning up the front of it. Looks really good. John Burns still hasn't done anything with his cars out there. And they gave him 90 days, and that 90 days should be about up. So, and then the last thing I had the thing I have for new business is we need to adopt an ordinance to align our town elections with presidential elections. It'll save us money. At what we pay like
Oh,
$6,700 for.
it's ungodly.
Yeah. So, what it would do, and this is maybe big news for you guys, it's going to extend your term from December 31st, 27 to December 31st, 28. Adds a year to our terms.
I don't know if I like that.
Mm. So I've got a copy of this, Jim, that you can take a look at, and we can get an ordinance together to change our elections to follow, I would just say, the presidential elections, even numbered years. But I mean, because theoretically we could change our terms to 2-year terms, but can't get a lot done in 2 years. So, and then the last thing I got is a letter that I got from her lady, Susan Pitcher. And it's a great letter, handwritten, right?
It says, "Dear Mr.
Cursive.
Brumfield,
Yeah.
thank you for your service
Oh.
to my hometown of Laurel I lived in Laurel with my parents, John and Ellen Pitcher, from 1947 to 1968. I'm a 1965 graduate of LHS. While in Laurel for the recent alumni reunion, I drove around town. It was bittersweet as I noticed several houses from my childhood were gone and other houses and lawns were well maintained. The pots of flowers and hanging baskets are a beautiful addition to our little town. I appreciate the dedication of the volunteers for the impressive alumni reunion. I also appreciate the kindness and the thoughtfulness of the residents who want to make and keep Laurel a great place to call home. I've always been proud to say I grew up in Laurel. Again, thank you for your continued service. Sincerely, Susan Pitcher. It was very good.
That's cool. And it says a lot about what we're doing as a board and what we're doing as a town to get it back to the way it looked. So I thought that was cool. It's just, when was the last time you read cursive? Right? Do you really? That's tough.
The Laurel Alumni Reunion, they raised, I think we've raised about $350 for her. We had 166 people there that day.
Nice.
And they still said they couldn't hear me.
Think about the crowd you were talking to.
I think it's my voice.
We
I
had
don't
a-
think my voice carries. So I think a
we had
man's
their
got to
sound
do it,
system in
a
there.
deeper.
They have to turn up their hearing aids.
Well,
Well, it was Pack Holmes and Shirley Moss.
See?
I heard you over at the library, so.
She told me she couldn't hear me. I'm like, really?
She didn't hear you that night. You said I got a microphone, Shirley, and she's going. I didn't hear a word you said.
love Shirley to death, though. She's an awesome part of this town. But the one thing, and if everybody don't know, the reunion is no longer in August.
Oh,
Okay.
God, did you hear about it?
What?
Did she complain?
No, I'm the one that suggested it.
I know.
That's the way it should be.
It was
It's
always,
too hot in there.
it was always in August
Always the
because-
third Saturday.
because school started right near the end of August. Let's get it out of the way. But now, all the people in there are as old as us, and man, it was baking in that gym and at the end in August.
Unless
And
you
so-
want to air condition it.
No, we don't have the budget for that yet.
No, we don't.
But
No, we
I've
don't.
thought about it.
It was very hot that day.
Yeah.
But it was a good day. We had a huge crowd.
But it's going to September, right?
And
End of
it's going
September.
to the last Saturday in September.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
So it'll be cooler, So anything from the studio audience?
I just wonder if you call dispatch and give them a couple.
My number.
Okay. Keep
Yeah.
asking.
647-5555. I wasn't gonna do it at 1:30. And then it took me till like 3:00 to get back to sleep, and I got up at 6:30. So anyway, Dwayne.
Hey, a couple quick hitters. Food pantry, I just second what you said. It's a powerful thing for our community. And if you haven't been down there, go down there. You really see some cool things. Nora, can you bring some flyers from the Stones to the church?
Yes.
The church will do one, but also just remind me, we'll talk about it.
So I have a question about the Stones. Dwayne, hold on a second. Can there be anybody or do they have to be veterans?
Now, it should be veterans.
Sure.
Because I looked that up and it
Okay.
says it would be a disgracing, you would be a disgrace to the veterans to put other names.
Can you put a veteran's name that you want to honor?
Yes. Yes.
Anybody that have to be in Franklin County?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Good point. Thank you.
Good point. And then two big things that the church has coming up. September 13th, we're doing another big community barbecue, bounce house, all the free food, all that stuff. And it'll be in the afternoon. You'll see it on Facebook. But another big barbecue for the community. And that's as we lead up to our 5-year anniversary, which is, we're going to celebrate the next day. It's 4 years in that building. We started in our living room for 4 or 5 months. It was in the middle of COVID. And then we were in the gym for 5 or 6 months until we took over that building. We're in the Royal Gym. So we're gonna have a huge anniversary service and cast some vision and do some stuff. that day as well. But the big thing, so everybody's obviously welcome, but the big community outreach, meal, all that fun stuff. So it'll be a big block party, lot of commotion going on. that
And we
day.
changed the pantry to earlier in the day
Yeah, I
to
appreciate
not have a
that. I know
conflict.
What day was it?
it's the 13th, September
7 weeks,
13th, Saturday. It's from 4 to 7,
Okay.
or 8, somewhere in there. We just kind of,
Do you put flyers up?
oh, we do. It's all over Facebook, and then I'll have a banner up.
Where you gonna go when you're out for that church?
The Lord will tell us. I'm casting vision that Sunday. Come show up. God has a plan. We are, and then the other thing I just want to mention is you may have seen some stuff, but we do have a rehab ministry that we have started. It's to reach those addicted. Right now, we're focusing, because it's a men's group that we have that's doing it, on men. We will expand that at some point to the ladies. With the purpose of those who want help, who truly are seeking help, an avenue for them to get that help. And we're funded, and we've already sent people to different places and then provide discipleship. So that is happening. You'll see that. It's a great ministry. Also keep in mind, everything I do through a framework of the kids. That's our focus. And so with that ministry, it'll be tightly ran and monitored, because, our first love is the kids of this community. That's where we start. But we've got to help the adults too, to reach these kids. So you'll see
It
more.
starts there.
Just send them our way. If there's somebody, send them. We have a great group that's discipling them. And we're already seeing some, we've been kind of doing it under the radar a little bit, but it's now we decided to just launch it. So.
Okay.
Anyway, that's it.
It's great.
Thanks you.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. Thanks for what you're doing.
Anybody have any else?
Linda had concerns about the drainage at Baltimore.
Linda who?
Huh?
Which Linda? Okay.
Oh, well, there's Linda.
I just want to make sure we're clear.
What was your
Baltimore and
concern?
Lafayette, and they are plugged up there. It's going in all directions, but we probably need to wait on it to rain and see how bad the situation is there. If it's trying to run over the street, or if it's slowly seeping through, how much
Where?
water. Her street, where Baltimore intersects with Lafayette. So since they just paved, now you've got wings, so if we had to dig up these culverts, then we're gonna be digging up new asphalt in either direction.
And it's right there where Spectrum hit the,
Yeah, where they
Hit the main.
that time.
Yeah.
So, we haven't had rain so long, so
Yeah.
what is it doing?
Well, she just was concerned it was plugged.
There was
up.
tons of
Looked
stuff
at it.
growing up out of it.
Oh, okay.
I cleared all the weeds out of it, and the property owners there decided they were gonna burn stuff in the ditch. And
I
I
see
advised
that.
them against it, and they still did it, and I just cleaned all the stuff and put it out of the ditch. Because up the mound, what's left up there now is supposed to be there. Whether we want to make a plan for the spring, or if we can still get anything to move the stuff that's around the building and put in boxwood. I don't know where we can get them at right now. This time of year, does Whitetail still sell shrubs? Can you plant them now?
I think it's a spring project. I think we need to look at moving that rose bush.
Or just trimming it.
Right now it's trimmed.
You can cut roses back.
It's cut back as far as I wanted to take it. If somebody wants it more, it's
I think we
away
should just
from
move
the
Does she just not
handout.
want to move?
You know,
I
move it
should've- I guess I should have.
around, move it 3 feet.
Yeah.
It's pretty when it blooms, but most of the time it's just green. And if you relocate it and maybe put some other stuff in there. But other than that, that's all.
Well, maybe just wait until spring and we'll just have it landscaped.
He's ready to do some.
And when we talk about that, another thing that I cleaned up that's not being taken care of anymore is the big round flower bed over
Sign it?
here at home.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
I think we should do something with that.
yeah.
That's an entrance into our town. When everybody leaves Aspen Acres, they're coming back into our town. That's the first thing they're seeing.
What happened to I guess it was part of Rolling World. That all
Yeah.
kind of was going good, and then it fizzled out. People plant flowers and doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know how we can get more involvement in that again.
Well,
We
when
went down home for a while, and then it's
the people that started it lost interest.
some of them even, I think some of them get into the health where they can't do anything. Some of them are older and stuff.
If Ms. Mozzie can get out there and mow her grass.
She's a, she's a
88.
She's special. She's
She's 88.
Okay, anything else?
I don't think so. I don't think on this.
Okay.
So I don't know.
I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I need a second.
a second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
And they get in the way, you always ask that.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.